Hi guys, it's Haley, so welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video. So this video was not super planned, and by that I mean, so this is another Motionless video. It's a concert update slash just, what would you even call this? I don't know. It's like a concert experience video. Again, I've made a couple of these and surprisingly they always do really well. The other thing is I've had a lot of people actually ask me to make them when I see Motionless. So besides that, this concert was one of the best shows for Motionless I've been to probably ever, so it is a little bit worthy to me at least of making a video. So that's what this is. Grab a snack, buckle in. This, well, I was gonna say this won't be super long, but I don't know. I have a way of dragging out stories, so get comfortable. Let's start without dragging on. So I saw Motionless about 4 days ago, and I saw them on Monday. I don't know when this will get uploaded, hopefully within a few days, but by the time you see this it might be about a week or so since I saw them, but I did want to make this one still kind of fresh to me. So I haven't seen Motionless for about 1.5 years now, which is the longest I've gone without seeing them, I want to say ever, but that might be an over-exaggeration. No, I feel like it is. I feel like that's the longest I've ever gone without seeing them. Normally I at least see them once or twice a year. But they did not come to Colorado, anywhere in Colorado, for 1 year and about 6 months. It's been since Warped Tour. So unfortunately I was unable to travel to go see them anywhere else. Otherwise I definitely would have done so. I just missed them so much. It's insane how much you don't realize, like, I mean, I guess I just take for granted how often they're here, because that seemed like a really long time. And it makes me really feel for people that don't even get to see their faves that much. But it was a long time. But I got VIP. I usually get VIP just to ensure that I get to take a picture with them and talk to them and whatever. And so this was the first time I actually got to meet Justin and see him play live, which was really cool. I didn't get to say too much to him, but he seemed a little quiet, but I mean, what is there to really expect from that? He was still really nice though, so that was really cool to meet him. And then I actually wore Chris Motionless's getup from Voices. You've probably seen on my Instagram like pictures of it. If not, I will post a picture of me and Chris here somewhere in the video so that you can see it. But basically I wore, he has like a little fishnet undershirt type of thing. I wore that with the spiral tee that he wears on top of it. I wore some vinyl pants, which are very uncomfortable to wear to a concert, let me tell you. And that's always when I break out my vinyl pants, is for concerts. And then just some creepers. I don't even know what shoes he wears with that, but I wore my creepers because I wanted a little bit of height. And then I did my makeup like his, at least I tried to. I did like a very smoky black eye, a pale foundation. I was gonna say a pale foundation, that's a lie. I always wear pale foundation. I'm a pale girl, so that always matches. And then I did a black lip. But point is, I did his look, and right when I went up to him, he hugged me, and Chris gives the best hugs. I've mentioned this, we've all mentioned this. Everyone knows Chris gives the best hugs, so it just felt so welcoming and nice to finally hug him again after God knows how long. And right when he was hugging me, he's like, "Boy, am I you or me?" Like, quoting Disguise, which made me really happy because I was like, that's cute. So he did realize the getup was him. And then I took like a separate picture like alongside from the meet and greet with him, and then one with Ricky. And Ricky remembered me as well. I usually write them letters, and he made like a comment about the letters, which always is nice to hear. And then Ryan said hi too, and so basically Chris was just telling me that he actually he remembered that he hasn't seen me since Warped Tour, which really meant a lot to me, because I told him I'd missed them, and he's like, "Yeah, we haven't seen you since Warped Tour," which it always surprises me when he remembers me. I don't expect him to, because he has so many fans, you know, and it had been quite a while since I saw them, so I was pretty sure like he's not gonna remember me now. But many times in the past he, you know, will always tell me it's nice to see me again or whatever, so I didn't think he would. But him remembering he hasn't seen me since Warped Tour, just, it meant a lot to me. I thought that was really sweet. And then he was just saying it was nice to see me again, and like thanking me for coming out. And then Adrian came to take a picture with them, and I was also in Adrian's picture, so I have 2 different meet and greet pictures. When Adrian came, Adrian stood by Ryan because Ryan is Adrian's favorite, so he always stands by Ryan. And then I stood in between Chris and Ricky. In the picture before that, I think I was standing by Chris and Justin. But anyway, so the second picture, I'm holding on to both of them, like my arms are around both of them, and then like each of them had like an arm around me. And I am a very clumsy person, and I probably should not have worn platform creepers, but I started to fall backwards during the photo. So I was like grabbing onto Ricky for dear life because I was about to fall on my back in front of like everyone and probably knock their little banner down. But again, I'm holding on to Ricky, and then Ricky's like holding on to me too, and he's like, "You're going down." But luckily I didn't fall, but it was just super embarrassing because why do these things happen to me? Why? But it was fine. Somehow the picture still turned out great. I thought I was going to be like making a face, but it still looks good. So that was all for the VIP. After that, they kick you back out of the venue. At least the Summit does that. Not like, I don't mean Motionless either. That's just like the way the meet and greet runs. So we had to wait outside again, but we got early entry. And when we got back in, we ended up being pretty close to the barricade. There was like 1 person in front of me, but we had pretty good spots. But Adrian and I got separated, so we had to go upstairs on the balcony. That way, like, we could be together. And when we went to the balcony at the Summit, they charge you now. If you haven't been there for a while, you probably don't know this. It's like 100 if you're sitting, 20 if you're standing. And surprisingly, we got the best seats we've ever had. Like, not really seats, but what would you call that when you're standing? Where we ended up being, by mere coincidence, was like right like above the stage. Like, it's just like, okay, so the stage is here, and then it like goes up. So I didn't realize this until Motionless came out, but after they started playing, they played like Disguise first, and then like right after that, Chris saw where I was and like saw me, and so he kept coming up like to where we were, and he was like singing and pointing at me, which this has happened before for shows, but never this much. And it just, I don't know, it might sound stupid, but it just made my entire life. Like, it was the coolest thing ever. The show was also a sold out show, but just because of that, it felt so intimate and personal. Honestly, like the most personal show I've ever been to. So that made it really nice. There was a point where Chris was literally over, and I was like kind of hanging off the balcony, just like my torso was, and we were both just like pointing and like yelling at each other. I think it was during Thoughts and Prayers, and it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. Like I said, it's happened before during concerts, and I could still remember the exact times it's happened because it means that much to me. But you just feel so like you're one with the band and with like the crowd and everything, and it's so cool. So that made my life, and it happened for almost every song, which was just awesome. And then during Another Life, they played Another Life, which you guys know is one of my favorite songs on Disguise. Since that review, I've also decided it is one of my favorite songs by Motionless, like, ever. So it being the first time I saw it, I was trying to not like combust into tears. But sorry, I'm having like hiccups or something. I don't know, I can't even talk properly. Anyways, so they played Another Life, and Chris pointed at me. Something just fell in my room. Sorry. Chris pointed at me during that, which like sent me. Like, I was just like, man, like, what a good feeling. I tried to get it on camera, but half the time when it was happening, it would, of course, has to happen when I'm not recording, but I got like a clip where he does it for like a second, but then just a lot of the times when it would happen, I wasn't even thinking to record because it's like I'm obviously just in the moment. But then when I tried to start catching him doing it, it was hard to. But just knowing it happened was so cool. I kept looking at Adrian every time he would come to our side of the stage. After he would leave, I would like look at Adrian like, did you see that? Like, I was so in disbelief. So that was incredible. A lot of people have been asking me about the set list. The set list does change every night. Chris has mentioned that. So just because I played a song on my date doesn't mean they'll play it on another. The only songs I know for sure they're playing like every day is like Another Life, Eternally Yours, Disguise, and Brand New Numb. Those are what I've seen a pattern on. But besides that, I think it's changing every night. If you want to, you could still ask me. This is really annoying. I don't know, something fell. Something fell in my closet. Anyways, ghost caught on camera. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, what was I saying? You can message me if you do have questions about the set list. I will answer you, but just because they played it on my date doesn't mean they'll play it on yours. So anyways, after so many songs, it got to Eternally Yours, which another one of my favorite songs ever. And usually during Eternally Yours, they throw roses into the crowd, or Chris does. It used to be Kylie and Gaia, but now it's Chris. And for the last rose that he had, he came up to the side of the stage where the balcony was, and he points the rose at me and then throws it. But because we were on the balcony, unfortunately, I could not catch it, which, I mean, made me really sad. But at the same time, like, knowing it was meant for me, in my mind, I caught it because I know it was meant for me. But it, like, fell right before the balcony. I was hoping it would, like, make it over the balcony, that way I could pick it up, but it didn't. It fell just into the crowd. So it still just meant everything to me. I know a lot of people are probably like, why do you care? You didn't even catch it. But it was very special to me. And then after they played, Chris came up to the side of the stage where the balcony was, where Adrian and I were, and he pointed at me, and then he, like, went like that to Adrian and then walked away. And I just, again, was, like, looking at Adrian like, did you see that? Like, just so disbelief. But just that whole experience meant everything to me, and it made it, like, the best show I've ever been to for Motionless. The only show that will ever top it is, a lot of you guys are actually subscribers because of this, my Nocturnal Underground experience. That is the concert where he messaged me and gave me tickets and free, like, I mean, it was like VIP. He met up with me and we took a picture and talked for a couple minutes. So nothing will ever top that, because of course that is the most personal, amazing concert ever in existence. Nothing will ever top that. But this came really close, just in terms of even the show. And I think because I haven't seen them in so long, it meant so much, and it was so, like, I needed it. I really needed it. Also, one thing I wanted to talk about, so I've been getting questions about their VIP, like, is it worth it for people who don't normally buy their VIP? So this time it was a little bit more expensive. I don't know if you haven't already bought your tickets for it. Maybe consider this. So for the VIP, you do meet Beartooth as well as Motionless. I really didn't care about meeting Beartooth. I haven't even really listened to them. I used to listen to Attack Attack, which Caleb Chameau from Beartooth used to be in, so it was kind of cool to meet him. But besides that, like, it's a little more expensive. The tickets are more expensive because you're meeting Beartooth too. I would have preferred, like, maybe if they did it, you know, per band you buy it, but something to note with that. The other thing, the VIP is very rushed, not because of Motionless necessarily, but just, you know, time crunch stuff. And then, like, the people who do the meet and greet do kind of rush you. Like, they're like, take your picture and go, you know, it's a very short experience, but the time of it also just, like, I remember every single time I've met them. At least, like, any times that have stood out, I remember them. So to me, it's worth it. But again, just things to note when buying them, because I have gotten asked that question a couple times. So I wanted to clarify on that. The other thing, this was a co-headliner. So Beartooth and Motionless took turns with who, like, closed out the show every night. So when we saw them, Motionless played first, which I actually preferred because they played the same amount of time as Beartooth. So we got to leave early, and after we left, Chris actually came out. So I got another picture with Chris, which meant a lot to me because I really like, I like the pictures outside better. I always like to have, like, a picture by myself, which I already got one during the VIP, but the lighting in the venue sucks so bad. So this was really nice to get another one. And he also mentioned, like, how crazy I was going, like, during the show, which I was like, okay, like, I mean, maybe it's a bad thing, but I didn't take it that way. I was glad he noticed, I guess. Then some other people, like, saw him, so they went and talked to him. And afterwards, we were still, me and Adrian were by the side of the venue still, and he came up and was like, hey, I noticed my hood was on in that one. Do you want to take another one? Which I was just like, how is one person so nice? Like, how are you so down to earth and nice? I already felt like I was just kind of being a burden going up to him, so that was really, like, who does that? No one does that. And I was happy because the first picture, there's a really bad light glare, like, from one of the buildings in it. So we did take another picture, like, against the bus, but my camera is the worst thing on earth, and my flash will flash and then it'll stop and flash again, and for some reason I forgot it does that. I think because I was just so nervous and in the moment, and I blinked. So that second picture, I'm like my eyes are halfway closed. They look like they're rolling behind my head and my mouth is open. You know what? I wasn't going to put it in the video, but I'm going to put it in because it's kind of funny. So the first picture ended up being better, even though there's a bad light glare. So if any of you know how to edit that picture, I'm including it in this video too. So please like screenshot it and do that if you can. I don't know, or get it from my Instagram. Please, I would appreciate it. I hate the light glare in it. But besides that, it's a good photo. Chris looks really good. My outfit's on point. Everything's pretty good besides that. So, sorry, my nose is itchy. Nose ring problems when you have like 3 different piercings in your nose. So then after that we left, and it was kind of cool because we got to get out of there fairly early. We even got Starbucks afterwards, which is always a good time to me. But that was just the coolest show. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I haven't seen them in so long, but everything just, their concerts really feel like home to me. So this one was just, it was one for the books for sure. Nothing may sound super impressive to you guys, but this was just a show I'll never forget personally, and I just really didn't realize how much I needed this. I needed this show so bad. I'm still like living on this high that I had at the show. So thank you so much for watching this. I'm so sorry that this video is like, oh my god, my hair's so messy. Sorry this video is like almost 20 minutes long. Also, I keep playing with my hair. What's new? My hair's always messy in my videos. Messy hair is like my brand, apparently. That's like my thing. So, please comment any fun experiences you guys had. I hope that all of you are having a wonderful time that are getting to see them on this tour. And for anyone who hasn't seen them on this tour, isn't able to, I hope you catch them on the next one. Also, comment other things you want me to make videos about. I will see you guys in my next one. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Bye.